Oh hell, pack up. Everybody pack up. It's time to go. This was cute. We had a good time. So,
Hello, everyone. This is Craig Ries,
Hey guys, and I'm Ashley Bowden.
and this is Hollywood Junkets. And the knockouts are finally over. And so Ashley and I are going to recap those for you. There's a lot to cover. And we also have a special guest joining us, one of the artists that made it to the top 16. So definitely worth checking out and hanging out and watching our entire video because we got a special guest coming up.
Yes.
So like I said, knockouts are, I say finally over because man, that was a lot. And now each coach has a top 4. We got a top 16.
Yes.
First on Team Camila, it's going to be Morgan Miles, Eric Hu, Kate Kalvack, and Devix.
Yep. And on Team Blake, we have Bowden, Bryce Leatherwood, Rowan Grace, and Braden Lake.
Right. Now with Team Gwen, we got Kike, Kevin Hawkins, Justin Aaron, and Alyssa Watrado.
And finally, we have Team Legend with Perigita, Omar Jose Cardona, because you got to say all 3
right
names. Kim Cruz and Sasha Hurtado.
So yeah, we're going to break down the knockouts. We had, 3 very long episodes of knockouts that were all just a lot. So many great performances. But Ashley, I kind of want to know right away, who's your favorite team? And then who do you think will be going to the top 5? And I can't remember who you said was your top artist last time. Do you remember who that was? Was it Kim?
It was no. Well, I do like Kim a lot.
Yeah.
My favorite.
I thought it started with a K,
but
there was
another one. There was another one. It'll come to me before the end.
Well, I said the Dries. I didn't say they were going to win, but they were my favorite. But they're out.
You say Ries. You did.
Yeah, but I've got lots of favorites, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are you thinking? Who has the strongest team?
So I'm going to say Team Gwen is pretty strong, in my opinion. Do you agree with that?
That was going to be my choice. I don't know. I definitely lean more towards like pop and rock. And I think that is like a lot of her team. So I don't know if that's just my my genre that I love is why, but I just think she's got 4 amazing artists that have just like really done well. And the Kike during his knockouts, which we'll get to later, but that was just so amazing. So yeah, I would agree.
And then I would also say as a close second, very, very close second, is Team Legend.
Yeah.
Because Perigita's strong, Omar is killing it, Kim is killing it, and Sasha's obviously talented. So I think that Team Legend and Team Gwen, I would say for me, are probably side by side.
Yep. Team Legend always has probably the strongest singers going into the top, I think.
Yep.
So we're going to talk about that later, but now it's time to bring in our special guest. I am very excited to have him on. I think he's going to pop up any second. All right, guys, he's here. It's Eric Hu, and he is our special guest today. I hope this is who you were expecting because I'm very excited to have him with us. Eric, to start off, and this happens from time to time, we haven't seen a lot of you on the show, and I've always said I don't think it's fair. And I'll stop there. I don't want to talk all about that, but me and Ashley definitely want to ask a lot of questions about you so the audience can get to know you through this video and all that. So I hope you don't mind, and I'm very excited to have you on.
Thank y'all for having me. Hey y'all. Yes, but no, for real. Thank y'all for having me. I'm so excited.
We're excited to have you, Eric. Ashley, do you want to start us off with our first question?
Yeah. So Eric, first of all, like Craig was saying, we haven't heard too much about you this season, and myself and other people, even production and I were talking, we were saying Eric seems to have such a lively personality. We need to know more about him. So tell us everything about you. Where are you from? How'd you get started? When did you learn you had a voice and the stage presence about yourself?
Okay, so yeah, my name We'll say my name is Eric Who, like that's my government name. That's not my government name, but my stage
Okay.
name is Eric Who. I'm from South Carolina, Orangeburg, South Carolina. People always tell me they feel like I'm from Louisiana, so I'm from Louisiana too in spirit. But yeah, I grew up singing in the church, so that's like where the foundation of my voice, I guess, comes from church. Then I guess high school, I started breaking more into secular music. I got into drama and theater a lot in high school and a little bit of middle school. So that's where like the theatrical side, the over the top stage performance comes from, which I love. I know it's not for everybody, but fuck you. I'm just playing. We
Love
love
it.
everybody. We love everybody. But yeah, and just if you meet anybody that's from like Orangeburg, South Carolina, we kind of talk the same. We kind of had that same kind of spunk. I think when you mix theater with like my style of humor, you get Eric Cool. That's why people kind of like gravitate to like, oh my God, it's so extra. It's not really extra. I'm just loud.
Yeah.
I'm just loud. I want you to hear what I'm saying. That's all.
No,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I feel like you can see that, and we'll talk about this later, but I see that with you on stage during our conversation and even on your social media. And you are so funny. So I can't wait to
Thank
dig
you.
more.
Yeah, Eric,
Thank you
Ashley and
so
I have
much.
talked before about, we were talking about next season with some new coaches and hoping to bring in some like new artists, new blood. And that's, I think, why you're one of my favorites this season, because you are bringing that. You're kind of shaking things up. I think the show needed it. I think it needed you. And I'm sad we haven't got to see you more, but I hope we get to see you more in the lives, and I hope to see you go very far. So just had to get that out there.
Well, thank
And
you so much.
yeah, so tell us something about Camila that some of us maybe fans wouldn't know, or how's your experience been working with her?
That girl can laugh, and I love a girl
Yeah.
that can laugh. Me and that girl be laughing all day long. I love her. Um, I feel like the show shows, I don't want to say little, but like she is really hands on. She is really like, okay, if I have an idea, she would take the idea, and my idea is already crazy. Like, I love what you said. I'm sorry, what's Mr. Craig? I love what you said, Mr. Craig, about like me being on the show and like in a way being like fresh air for the show, like bringing something different. I'm very big on like when it's time for me to plan what I'm gonna do. I don't want to do nothing that I've seen. Like this show been on for a long time. We get tired of the same shit. Oh, I'm sorry. We get tired of the same stuff. So I'm like, when I hit the stage, I just want to be different, whether it be the song choice or like flipping. If we're gonna flip a song, we gonna flip it. We gonna really like do the complete opposite of what it's gonna be. And I'll take an idea like, oh, Camila, can I do this? And she'll be like, okay, we're gonna do it, but we're gonna do it bigger than what you thought we were gonna do. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she understands. Like moments where I think she's gonna say, okay, Eric, we can't pull that off, or like you'll see what I mean in lives. Like what we got planned for lives. I was like, it's no way in hell they gonna let me do this. But she was like, oh no, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do more than that. So I'm like, yeah. So she's really like, she takes everything and makes it broader and better and more iconic. So I just love her.
That
I
is so awesome. I'm glad she's supporting you. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. It sounds like Camila's the battery in your back. She's just driving you forward.
You said, oh, that's perfect. Oh my God, I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that for one of my Instagram captions later on. She is the battery in my back.
Yes.
So Eric, use it on the show. Use it on the show.
Oh my God, thank you. And I gotta give credit to Miss Ashley Bowden.
Exactly.
Yes.
That was nice. I like that.
Thank you, Eric. So now Camila also said that you are a great performer. And we know that you do have some musical theater background. Who would you credit your theatrics to other than your official training? Is there anybody else that you look up to in the industry that you're like, oh, I just love what they do. They always inspire me.
Willow Smith is like my number one favorite artist in the whole wide world. I love that when she came out with Whip My Hair, it was like almost what she had to do and what she had to sound like to just kind of initiate herself and get like people on her. And then as soon as like I love how she switched. Like, I'm gonna make more like indie punk rock. I just love that she didn't conform to that radio sound. And she was like,
Mm,
"Oh no, like I did make a song called Whip My Hair, but like this totally does not represent me anymore. So I'm gonna shave all my hair off, and I'm
hmm
gonna move into this other lane." I just love how confident and how she's just undeniable. I love undeniable artists. As far as the theatrical side, hmm, Willow is mainly just like my musical inspiration. I don't really think I would just say theater in school, like
yeah,
just I think my personality was already over the top, so I just gravitated towards theater where I could like become somebody else and like but also like infuse myself with different characters and stuff.
yeah.
I would just say theater in school, not like a specific person.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I could have sworn you threw me off with the Willow Smith. I thought you were gonna say Beyonce.
Oh, I love Beyonce. Well, when it comes to one of my favorite comedians is Eddie Murphy at the same time. So
Love it.
Eddie Murphy for the comedic side of myself, and then Willow for like the musical side. But as far as theater, but Beyonce is an amazing performer. I would actually say Lizzo before I say Beyonce.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Lizzo's strong too. I love
yeah,
Lizzo.
I love
Okay.
Lizzo. Yeah.
So you got to sing X's and O's for the knockouts, which was again another amazing performance. What was the most challenging part about the knockouts and maybe that song?
Ooh. The most challenging part of knockouts was Rena and Jaden.
Yeah, yeah,
Rena and Jaden.
yeah.
Um, I well, being that I got to hear Rena and Jaden, like of course the audience heard them too. Like hearing hearing their song choices and how they executed their song, I was like, oh hell, child, I don't know what the hell we gonna do.
Yep.
But at the same time, like just trusting what Camila told me that like be over the top, like almost I love that she used the word demented, like let something possess you and like go plumb fool. And that's like I can okay, you just telling me to be myself pretty much. So that's easy. Just take it up a notch. And but going into it, I love the way the show did it where like we did not know, we didn't have a clue until like we were in front of Camila filming with cameras who we were going to be partnered against and all that. So I saw G and I was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I'm going against the mullet. This is literally, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then when I saw Rena pop up, I was like, oh hell, pack up. Everybody pack up. It's time to go. This was cute. We had a good time. So, yeah, the harder part as far as the performance itself, um, I started the song off on stage and then towards like the I guess pre-chorus into the chorus, I walked off stage because once again I'm big on like I've never seen somebody walk off stage before. So I was like I'm gonna be the bitch to walk off stage. So I walked off the stage and I was dancing and singing like right in front of Camila and I just wanted that to come across on television correctly. I didn't want to like trip and fall and bust my teeth wide open and bleed out on the floor and stuff like that. I wanted to make sure the crawl didn't come off sexual or
Mhm.
provocative and stuff like that. I want to just come off like, okay, I'm just really feeling it, getting into like this almost like this animal demented nature with my body and stuff like that. So that's just like the only two main things like I wanted to make sure I executed perfectly as far as the performance specifically. Yeah.
I
And
love that. Thank you for that answer.
yeah. So what would you say is the most surprising thing about yourself that you've learned since being on The Voice?
Oh, that I can one, that I can be on a platform as big as NBC and not have to limit myself or feel like I can't show all of my personality. So I'm really big on representation. Shout out to the queer plus community. Um, I just I feel like sometimes with TV, when it comes to gay let's just say gay men in specific, gay males, you have to play a certain stereotype or you have to play to this and play to that. And if you're gonna be gay on TV, you need to act like this. You have to say this, you have to and it was none of that with my experience with The Voice. I'm just being my natural self, representing my community, and I feel the best way that I can. And I just going into it, I was like, oh, they're gonna water me down, or they're gonna like take some of my personality away. That's what I was thinking, never experiencing like TV before and it was just the opposite. And then as far as vocals, I would say I hit a couple of high notes every now and then, and that's something I never did prior to the show. Like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna just sing where I'm comfortable, kind of low, kind of baritone barely tenor, but then like Camila kind of pushes me like, go for the note. If you're going to hit the note, do it. Like, go for it, push it out. I don't consider myself to be like a belty type singer, but I don't hit a couple belting notes, and I plan on hitting more in lives. That's a little
Hey,
sneak peek.
yeah.
Well, that was going to be my question. What do you want audiences to find out more about you during these live performances? And yeah, what goals do you have moving forward?
Oh, I just going into lives. I really want the viewers to see that I am a performer. I know this show is called The Voice and it's about singing, but I just feel like so much more goes into this show when you're on stage than just singing. It's more than that. It's stage presence. It's how you carry out the lyrics of the song and show the emotion of the song, facial expressions. I just feel like I feel like I really pay close attention to other details that others may not. I feel like a lot of people might really focus on like, oh my God, I gotta hit this note. This run gotta come out like that, which all of those things are correct. But like you can't be too focused on the run, baby, and then you just up there looking like a statue, you know, a monument in Washington, DC. That's not how that works. For me, that's not how that works. So I'm just very big on giving an undeniable performance. So going into lives, I just want to be undeniable. I know a lot of people haven't seen a lot of me. So with lives, I'm crossing my fingers. I don't know how the hell I would get montage in lives. I don't think it can happen.
I'm sure they could find a way, but hopefully not.
As soon as I pick the mic up, Pepsi commercial. Hi, do you like Pepsi? Like what the hell? No. So with me going into lives thinking, okay, it's gonna be in full, like it's none of that. Um, if nobody has ever been able to say I like Eric or I don't have enough to judge if I like him or not, it's going to be undeniable from that performance. Damn, I should have been supporting him. Or if they were already supporting me, I mean, I'm supporting the right boy. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing.
Mm. I love that. And I saw that you were hanging out recently with Parajita.
Parajita, I call her Parakeet and Parachute.
Okay, those are the nicknames, huh? So
Yes.
what were you guys out doing? Because it was late. What were you guys
We
doing?
were just making sure that we look how we need to look when it's
Oh, so y'all
other
were
time. Yeah, no, not. We was just like making sure. I think that's not a secret that like it's wardrobe and stuff like that
yeah,
associated with the show. So we're just like doing some wardrobe things and finishing. I was doing finishing touches just to make sure. Um, like I said, I have some surprises for lives, and clothing is definitely a big part of that surprise. And I just had to make sure everything was, doing what it had to do. Everything was sitting right. So yeah, that was all. We were just hanging out on the way back from wardrobe.
got it. Got it. Anybody else from the show you hang out with outside of being
Love, love Justin, Aaron, love Kim Cruz, um, Paracheat. I hang out with everybody for the most part, but Kim and Justin, like, we're always in each other's face.
love that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Eric, I think both of us could actually talk to you all day, but I won't do that to you. But I appreciate your time so much. And like I said at the beginning, I really wanted to get to know you more, and you definitely shared with us a lot today. And I really, really appreciate that.
No, thank you guys for having me. This was fun. I hope I didn't cuss too much. I'm sorry. That's just how I am. But this was
You
super
didn't cuss
fun.
enough.
Oh, well, don't tell me that. Okay. But no, thank y'all so much for having me. I can't wait to watch it back. This was so cool. And thank y'all for all the interesting questions. And let me say this too before I go. Thank y'all for deciding to let me do an interview so people can get more of me. You know what I'm saying? With the montages and stuff like that, people have limited information. So I really deeply appreciate you guys for choosing me to interview.
And we appreciate you.
Exactly. You are very welcome. Guys, Eric Who, Team Camila, go find him on Instagram. He's fun to watch on there, and let's support him going into the live shows.
Yes, y'all vote Eric Who, honey.
Eric, thank you again so much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Eric.
All right, you guys.
Bye.
All right, Ashley. So there's a lot of knockouts to talk about. Do you have any favorite knockout moments over these last few episodes?
Yeah. So my favorite knockout moment was when Gwen was brought to tears after the Justin and Kayla and Kara round. Like I just was like, oh, I felt the same emotions she felt. So I feel like we were vibing on the same wavelength, so to speak. So that was my favorite moment. She cried actually a couple times.
Well,
She's
actually, I got excited too soon. That was a great moment, but when she cried with Braden late,
yeah.
um, I thought that was awesome. And I almost wonder if Blake picked Braden because Gwen was so moved by him. And when
So
we were talking about our artists that you think we go forward and our best teams, he is on Team Blake, but I do see, and even Blake said this himself about him winning the crown, I could see him going very far. I think he's very talented. He's 16, so he's gonna have a lot of people voting for that. So yeah, I
Craig,
can see him going
I
pretty
am
far.
100% with you. And I will say he's talented, but not only that, he has that heartthrob look. He's so
Yeah.
adorable.
Oh yeah.
Teenage girls are going to go crazy about him. I felt like I was watching Ken Doll with this amazing voice on stage. So he's such a cute kid and seems so humble and likable. So I think all of those elements together is what's going to push him towards winning the season.
He's a package deal. Like he's made for this business. So we'll see how far he goes.
Yes, I agree with that.
I had one that I definitely wanted to talk about, and it was Alyssa Witrado when she sang the Queen song. I just thought that was, I mean, Whitney, Queen, are just like some artists if you choose them, that takes some guts, but I thought she nailed it, and of
Yeah.
course, this is the same artist that did Don't Speak and, sang a Gwen song in front of Gwen. So yeah, I think this woman is gutsy and I love it and very excited about her.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's always I always say if I was on there, I would not sing one of the coaches' songs. Like I just would stay away. I would be too scared. But the fact that she had the gall to do it, my hat goes off to her, and she did it very. Yeah. All right. So, do you want to talk about who was your favorite knockout round altogether?
Ooh, the Bodie versus the Ries versus Kevin Hawkins was pretty awesome.
Okay.
Again, like I said, I was a fan of the Ries, so I was rooting for them, but I'm also Bodie's awesome, and he won that round, so he continues to stay on Team Blake. But Gwen stole Kevin Hawkins, and it's also funny too. If we go back to the blinds, Gwen actually blocked John Legend from getting Kevin. And so John did have the chance to like steal him back, but he didn't this time.
Yeah.
And Gwen stole him. So that whole knockout portion was I was on the edge of my seat. Let's say that.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that my most favorite was actually from this week, and it was the Kim Cruz, the Marylands, and the Emma like I was like, how do you pick from this? They were all like there wasn't one performance I was like, no. Yeah. All of them nailed it.
Now, I did think it was interesting because the Marylands, when Kim Cruz walked in, they did seem a little shook. But who wouldn't be,
I just would have went home. Like Eric said, I just would have packed it up. Like, let me pack. Could you call the driver so I can go?
Yeah, that was fun. That was cute.
It was really good. And you know who was the most surprising performance for me, Craig?
Yeah.
Devix.
Yeah.
That was
another tough one.
That I was not expecting Devix to perform that way. He did a great job. I think he comes off he has such like a humble and I would always say like docile disposition about him. It was very unexpected. It was a very unexpected performance, and I think he did a great job.
Yeah, he sang Yellow by Coldplay, and it was amazing. Yeah, he really came out and did it. So yeah.
He showed out. He showed up and showed out.
He did.
Who was your most?
Another great one. I mentioned it at the beginning, but I want to go into a little more detail now. But Kike singing Hey Ya, and it was really interesting too because he changed it up a lot, and I didn't realize. I mean, they tell you the song, but I still was like, "Is this Hey Ya?" But I was really impressed with that.
It was fun.
Yeah, I really want to I hope he takes that high energy into the lives. I think it'll help him like stand out even more. So that was another favorite. Yeah.
So should we do like predictions? What do you want to do next?
Oh my goodness, we should. Let's wrap it up with some predictions. And of course, everyone in the comments, you definitely let us know who's your favorite artist, who's your favorite team, who's top 5. But Ashley, go ahead and start. I'm looking at my list right now and I don't even know where to begin.
I'm gonna just say, okay. I'm gonna say my top 3 just solo performances: Kim Cruz, Braden, Justin.
Okay. All right. Well, I like to play the game of The Voice, and since this, oh wait, no, Blake will be back next season, right? I think he's definitely got to get someone in the top. I think it's going to be Braden. I think Kim Cruz is going to go very far, and like we both said, I think Team Gwen has, I think, the strongest team. So I'm hoping to see maybe an artist or 2 from Team Gwen. But those are mine for now.
Okay. Ooh, I can't wait to see what happens at the live.
I know, right? Well, Ashley, we got to wrap this up. We definitely hope to do another recap, maybe of the first week of live, second week of live. The live start next week. It's a top 16. We don't know how many they're going to cut next week. So guys, this is your time. This is your time to vote for your favorites. And please, like, definitely check out our channel. Hopefully we'll have more interviews with people. We got to talk to Eric Hu today. And actually in the comments, let us know who you'd like us to interview, and we will try our best to reach out to them and get them on our show.
Yes. You guys don't forget to catch our interviews from last week with Kim Cruz and Omar Jose Cardona. A lot of people are loving their performances, so get to know them a bit.
Awesome. Well, again, my name's Craig Ries.
I'm Ashley Bowden, and this is Hollywood Junket. Thank you guys for hanging out with us.
We'll see you next time.